from Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam. Man rafa ala mu'minin riwayatan. If a person narrates a story against a believer, listen very carefully and you understand the in-depth of this hadith. If you talk about a mu'min believer against that believer, you are talking against a believer. Yuradu biha shaynahu. Intention is to degrade. To degrade him or disgrace him. Or hadama murubbatehi. And take out his murubba, his honor. Liyasqudu fi a'yunin nas. By narrating that, what you are doing is, you are dropping the high-lighted point of this believer and to a lowest point. That is your intention. If such a person does that, this Imam says, أَخْرَجَهُ اللَّهُ مِنْ وِلَايَتِهِ إِلَى وِلَايَةِ الشَّيْطَانِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes away that kind of person from his domain and left in the domain of shaitan. So he is no more in the domain of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the wilayat of shaitan. And the top of that, hadith says, Ash-shaitan wala yaqbalahu shaitan. Even shaitan rejects such a person. Shaitan also is not accepting such a person who is disgracing a believer without any reason. So this hadith is telling us not to open mouth without knowing in-depth of any story. We have responsibility, and that's how Iman teaches us. If we don't have Iman, we can do many things. So that's what Quran says, أَوَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ وَجَعَلْنَاهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي فِي النَّاسِ. A believer has two things. One is life, another, he's always alert. He listens very carefully, and he sees very carefully. He talks very carefully. He listens carefully means, whenever he listens ghibah, he's running away from that point because he doesn't want to be in their situation in which Quran says, La yaghtab ba'dukum ba'da. Don't ever do that. Ayyuhibbu ahadakum an ta'kulu lahma akhi maitan. Do you like to eat a dead body's flesh who is your own brother? Quran says, if a believer is a believer, he is always alert what path he is taking. If he is going wrong, all of a sudden there is a break in his system, which tells him, like if you go on the road, when you see the red light, why you stop yourself? Because you are conscious saying there is no moment once red light is there. A believer has light within himself. Whenever he sees haram, he stops himself. Whenever he sees halal, he moves towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Quran says, Aval man kana maitan فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ. He was dead. It is because of the faith he is alive. And once he has a faith, he has light also. Salawat padiye Muhammad wa ala. You go to school, you go to college, you go to university with this light of Iman to protect yourself. And without which you cannot protect yourself. There is no way to protect. How can a person protect from wrongdoings without having this light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And if we are the believers, we are always conscious enough, not only conscious of others, conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the time thinking, what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command in this regard? And follow the path it has been guided by Allah. That's why every day we beg to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Salawat padiye Muhammad wa ala.